Alright guys, welcome back, day 2. We are back in the garage and we are working on this gearbox. Last night I did a whole bunch of research in trying to figure out what gearbox this is from, meaning if it's an S13 box or an S14 box. And the reason why I say that is because on the side, the model number says CB71C. Now, from the research that I've done, I think it's an S14 gearbox because the original S13 boxes came with the model number, I think it was FS5W71C, something like that. And if that is an S14 box, then it's good because it's a stronger 5-speed than the S13. It's probably why it hasn't blown on me since I've given it such caning this whole time. But if you guys know any more information about that, please let me know. Like, don't quote me on it. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. But if you guys know what that model number is, CB71C, please let me know so I know. So back to the gearbox now. So here we go. So I've looked at all the gear sets here at the front and it looks pretty good. Like, it doesn't look, it doesn't look like there's any wear and tear on the actual gear sets or the synchros. However, I did pull the speed sensor out just now. And as I pulled the speed sensor out from the back, these pieces came out with it. So this looks like it could be from the selector fork in the back. I think there may be an issue back here, so we're gonna split it from the center plate here, and then we're gonna take off the rear casing and have a look to see what's going on. So let's get to that. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. Woo! There's the problem right there. You want to see the problem? This is the problem. This is the reverse selector fork. Now look. It's completely snapped. Look at it. That is no good. So that needs to be replaced. Oh, mad. So at least I know what the issue is. The rest of the gear sets look good. Like, the splines look good. The synchros look good. But yeah, that's the issue. Now it's time to get the selector fork off. So I've got to work out how to do that. All right, before I go ahead and start attacking the gearbox and start dismantling it, I wanted to understand what each component was. Because this is my first time doing it, I have no idea. So what I did was I grabbed the service manual and I'm looking at it now, and this thing's great because it tells you everything regarding the car. So I'm at the gearbox components and it tells you everything. So I'm gonna follow, and it even gives you like a step-by-step guide on how to dismantle it. So here we go, the case components, it tells you how to dismantle the case. And then you get to here and it tells you the shift control components. That's what we're after here. So we need to dismantle this and take the shifting rods out to get to the reverse selector. So I'm gonna go through this, I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna put this in my description as well for anyone out there that needs it. Just download it and go hard with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through this really quickly so I understand what I'm doing. And then I can show you guys so you know what I'm doing. And we can go from there. All right, so see you in a sec. right, guys, as you saw, I got it off. I got the shafts out, and this is the piece that's broken, completely split. And this piece was hanging around the bottom of the gearbox, just floating around. So that's no good. So yeah, I'm going through, I'm just checking everything now that it's open, and I'm looking at this, and this is the front selector. And look at this. You can see how it's sort of been ground back. Surely that's not right. Like, I don't know if it had been ground prior or this was happening inside the gearbox. Yeah, it just doesn't look right to me. So I'm going to do some more research, look into it. Maybe I need to replace that as well. So we'll see how we go. This is a 3rd, 4th selector. Okay. This is 1st and 2nd selector. Now, this is made of aluminium. This is made of steel. Okay. I've rotated the gear assemblies so I could follow it as the manual, because the manual goes left to right. So I wanted to do it left to right. I was trying to do it the other way and it was confusing me. All right, so this is the input shaft. This is the output shaft. This is the 3rd and 4th gear. This is the 1st and 2nd gear. Okay, so it goes 1st, 2nd, back to neutral, 3rd, 4th. All right, now this selector, the aluminium selector, this is 1st and 2nd. This is in good condition, genuine Nissan. You can see the Nissan logo on it. This is still good. It's still got the copper on the edge, and it sits in like that, and it selects gears forward and back, right? The 3rd and 4th selector, which is the metal one, sits at the front. Now, look at that. Look how much play is in that. That's not right. Surely that's not right. So there must be an issue here with this selector. I've done a whole bunch of research and I can't find this selector. See how it's got 2 holes? On the other gearboxes that I've seen, it doesn't do that. This is an SR gearbox here. This is 1st and 2nd selector. This is 3rd and 4th selector. But see how it only goes over 1 shaft? It doesn't go over the 2 shafts. Then I went on Z1 Motorsports and I had a look, and it says KA and SR 3rd, 4th gear manual transmission selector. And it's only 1 hole. So is this the right selector for the gearbox? Did somebody just put this and they ground it back to make it fit? Or, you know, like, this is what I'm trying to work out here. I'm on this Eat Sleep Boost website and there's an article here and it shows a SR20 S13 blacktop and a KA24. The SR20 blacktop's at the top and it's got 2 forks. The 3rd and 4th selector is running through both shafts, but the KA is only running through the one. But then again, if you go to the actual manual, this is the S14 Zenki SR20, and you can see here, these are the shafts, right? So even the 3rd and 4th selector fork looks nothing like the one that I've got. It's only got 1 hole, and it looks like it only goes through 1 shaft. So what's going on here? I can't work out what's the difference between these selector forks and what gearbox I have and stuff like that. Is it an S13? Is it an S14 gearbox? I'm under the assumption that this is an S14 gearbox because the model number that's on the side is CB71C, as I stated before. And I can't find anything on the internet regarding these numbers. Only a few other gearboxes that were S14 that had the same number. Now, this other gearbox that I've got has the same number on the side. How did I land 2 gearboxes with the same number? Don't ask me. But all I know is the only way I'm going to get to the bottom of this and try and work it out is open this gearbox. So I'm just going to pull the front bell housing off so I can have a look to see if it's the exact same, if it's the same selector fork, 3rd, 4th gear selector fork, or if it's different. Probably open the back bell housing so I can check the back of it as well to see if the rear selector fork's broken or not. Just double check everything. And if this gear set looks good and everything looks good internally with the gearbox, then I'm going to put it back together and put that one in the car. After I'm going to refurbish it, change some seals, do whatever I need to do. If not, then I'm going to pull the parts that I need from this gearbox and put it on my one and put it together and put my one back in the car. And the reason why I don't want to just slap this gearbox in the car and go on my way is because I don't want to have to pull it out again. So I want to do it properly once and then put it in there and I don't have to worry about it. You don't want to pull a gearbox out again. Like, I don't want to pull a gearbox out again. That was a mission pulled out. But from first glance, it looks pretty good. Like the rear looks really good. I think this box is an S14 box. I'll tell you why in a minute, but have a look at this. Like the rear fork is in good nick. It looks like there's no cracks or anything, which is good. Everything looks reasonably like good. Like the gear sets look good. This is the back. Now we just got to do the front. We're going to open the front up now and just have a look at that, and hopefully it's all good. And there we have it, guys. It all looks pretty good. And you can see the selector forks. This one is actually double, so it goes over both. So it must go that way. I don't know why it said the third and fourth selector fork had one hole. Clearly it shows it's got two, especially on this one. I think this is a S14 gearbox, and I'll tell you why. Because what they did was to help with the oil flow through the case under acceleration, they blocked some of the holes where the main bearing is. So this section here, so if you look at the difference, you've got one hole here, one hole here, one hole here, and you know, that's just three on this side. But if you come here, you've got one hole here and that's it. There's no other holes. Underneath here, they've got like a sort of a trap door. Oil will flow forward to the front, but under acceleration, when it wants to go to the back, the door will close, so it'll stop it from going through. All the gear sets look good. All the selector forks are good. All in all, I think the gearbox is in good nick. And I've had this sitting in the garage for, I don't even know how long. So yeah, I'm gonna put it back together and put some seals, grease it up, and then put it in the car. And hopefully we're all good. So stay tuned on the next video. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it back together, and then before we put it back in the car, we're gonna take the clutch off, take the flywheel off. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.